Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to see a game between Mir Sultan Khan and Josh Royal Capablanca. As we know that Capablanca was from Cuba, was the world chess champion from 1921 to 1928 and was one of the greatest player of all time. Going further to Mir Sultan Khan, he was an Indian by birth but moved to Britain and took the chess world by storm. This game was played in Hastings, England in 1930. In the game, Mir Sultan was playing with the white pieces and started the game with knight to f3, knight to f6, d4, b6. This is the Indian game's king variation. c4, bishop to b7, knight to c3, e6, a3, and d5. This this position is transposed into Queen's Indian defense after playing the move d5. Here, white plays c takes d5, e takes d5, bishop to g5, pinning the knight. Black responds with bishop to e7, e3, and black castles here. Bishop to d3, knight to e4, so that white can take the knight and there will be a good advanced pawn in the e4 square. Here white played bishop to f4, knight to d7, queen to c2, f5, and white responds to this position with knight to b5, bishop to d6, knight takes d6, c takes d6, h4. White is trying to attack in the king side of black. Black plays rook to c8, queen to b3, queen to e7, knight to d2, knight to f6, knight takes e4, f takes e4, bishop to e2, rook plays c6, g4, and here black responds to this position with rook to c8 and making the bridge with both the rooks. g5 by white, pushing in the king fort. Black plays knight to e8, bishop to g4, rook to c1 check. And after this position, if this rook takes to c1, then it will be a check, and you have to remove the king from this position, and this rook will be sacrificed. So here, white played king to d2, rook to c2 check, queen to c2, and this is the position in which white sacrificed its queen for two bishops. So basically it's not a sacrifice because queen has 9 points and two rooks have 5 plus 5, so 10 points. Here black responds to the position with king to c2 check and king takes c2. Queen c7 check, king d2. After this move, there are many moves that were played random and white could have easily won the game, but because there is a slight advantage in white's position, but white has to think a lot after this position. Here black plays queen to c4, bishop to e2 by white, queen to b3, rook to b1, king f7, rook c1, king b7, and slowly the position is in white's favor because as you can see the queen is here, it's doing nothing over here. It cannot attack any of the pieces because all the pieces are defended. Here white plays rook to c3, queen a4, b4, There is a little weakness over here because there are two double pawns on the d file, so black has a slight disadvantage over here. A black plays queen to d7, rook to bc1, making the bridge for both the rooks, and a6. Here white plays rook to g1, queen a4, rook c1, queen d7, h5, d8, rook to c2, and after this position, white has a good chances to win the game. Here many random moves were played, just like queen to h3, king to c1, queen to h4, king b2, queen h3, rook c1, queen h4, rook c2, queen h3, a4, queen h4, king a3, queen h3, bishop g3, just to protect the pawn over here. Queen f5, bishop h4, protect the pawn, g6, and if white plays h6, then this position will be locked. As white wanted to do so, white played h6 and locked the position. Queen d7, b5, a5, bishop g3, queen a5, bishop f4, queen h3, knight b2, king b2, queen g3, king b1, queen h3, king a1, queen g2, king b2, queen h3, rook to g1. Black is trying to find some possibility to perpetual the white's king so that it will be a draw. Here black plays bishop to c8, rook to c6, queen h4, rook c1, bishop g4, bishop f1, h5, rook e1, h1, rook c1, again making the bridge. As you can see, this pawn is not protected, so white has some chances to take the pawn and then can check the king, and then many possibilities are there for white king. Here black played h5, king c3, h4, bishop g3, and white forgot about this free pawn and black took the pawn, king to d2, queen h5 to take the pawn again. Rook takes d6, king e7, rook b7 check, king e6, d6, knight to f6, bishop b5, queen h3, and the final move is rook to b8. And after this move, Capablanca resigned with black pieces because this is a clear passed pawn, and after two moves it will be queen. So this position is not good at all for black. So after this move, Capablanca thought to resign the game. And this was a masterpiece by an Indian birth legend, Mir Sultan Khan. Thank you for watching and hit the like button. We will update you with more videos. Till then, take care.